Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed." So for today, our topic is all about environmental ethics. Environmental ethics is the discipline in philosophy that studies the moral relationship of human beings to, and also the value and moral status of, the environment and its non-human contents. The concept of environmental ethics brings out the fact that all life forms on Earth have the right to live. By destroying nature, we are denying this right to the other life forms. First ethical issue in relation to the environment is too much consumption of natural resources. These are water, oil, forest, rock, mineral, soil and animal resources. Too much harnessing of the forest may lead to its destruction. Illegal logging is the #1 reason of forest destruction. Massive production of paper, mining, and quarrying led also to forest destruction. Pollution is another environmental issue we are facing. Pollution is the contamination of the physical and biological components of the Earth atmosphere system to such an extent that normal environmental processes are adversely affected. Pollution may be in the form of air, water, soil, light and noise pollution. Harm to the animal is another environmental issue and the most sensitive one. For example, the fur farms in China. It is our moral responsibility to preserve nature for our future generation. So how can we help save the environment? Different organizations conduct clearing of wastes to contaminated places in seashore. Some businesses stop using styrofoam and plastic spoon and fork to help the reduction of harmful waste. Now let's study the different approaches to environmental ethics. First is the anthropocentric approach. Anthropocentrism refers to the view that human beings are the central fact on Earth and human beings have the intrinsic right to use the natural environment. Human supremacism in its strongest forms refuses ethical recognition to non-humans, treating nature as merely a resource we can make use of however we wish. Anthropocentric approach to environmental ethics is anchored on the idea that only human beings have the moral value and deserve to be the object of moral deliberation. One scholar said, "We might have responsibilities regarding the natural world, we do not have direct responsibilities to the natural world." Anthropocentric extensionism. Joseph Desjardins, a business ethicist, stated that anthropocentric view is also extended to those human beings who are not yet born. It is also called duties to posterity, or the moral obligation to the type of world that future people will inherit from us. Manuel Velázquez stated an argument regarding anthropocentric extensionism. He said that it might appear that they have an equal right to the limited resources of this planet. If future generations have an equal right to the world's resources, then by depleting these resources, we are taking what is actually theirs and violating their equal right to these resources. One criticism of anthropocentric extensionism is that the question of whether people who do not exist yet can really have rights. Another approach to environmental ethics is the biocentric and ecocentric approaches. Biocentrism or biocentric approach means the centrality of life. It is an ethical perspective holding that all life deserves equal moral consideration or has equal moral standing. Judy Bari said nature does not exist to serve human beings. Rather, humans are a part of nature, one species among any. All species have the right to exist for their own sake, regardless of their usefulness to humans. Some advocates of biocentrism are the World Wildlife Organization or WWF and the movie Sharkwater directed by Rob Stewart. Ecocentric or ecological approach is derived from the Greek words oikos or house and kentron or center, which means house-centered.
For the ecocentrists, the natural environment is a house for everybody and everything, living and non-living things alike. Aldo Leopold, Arne Naess, and James Lovelock are some of the prominent environmentalists associated with ecocentrism.
Our last topic for today is all about social ecology and ecofeminism. According to Mary Lynn Stoll, the colonial powers created a global infrastructure that encouraged the extraction of natural resources from poor peripheral countries by rich countries, while at the same time undermining sustainable nature cultures. Social ecology, on the other hand, is the branch of science that deals with the interactions among the members of a species and between them and the environment. It is the study of the interaction between humans and their environment. It is also the study of how social structure and organizations are influenced by an organism's environment. Ecofeminism is another approach which developed as environmentalist movements and feminist movement gradually saw the connection between the domination of women and the domination of nature. It focuses on the relationship between issues of power and environmental issues. Karen Warren stated that the position that there are important connections between how one treats women, people of colors, and the underclass on one hand and how one treats the non-human natural environment on the others. Ecofeminism is the reason why we call our planet as the Mother Earth. They compare the female to Earth as abused.